Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's Friday the 7th of October. It is 5:30. Oh, the decadence of going early. And I'm heading home. So yeah, it's been another alright week this week, to be honest. Been quite productive again, which is good. Got on with things. Kind of picked up on the old AeroPress orders, so that has been keeping me occupied somewhat. From books and odds and ends. We've had a lot of product going out generally, so there's been quite a lot of stuff to order. So on the whole, yes, it's been quite busy this week, and I kept up well with things. One spot of advice for iOS 10 users: I don't think it really matters if you've got newer devices, new iPhone 7 Plus, or the older iPhones that's iOS 10 compatible. But something I noticed, and really on the betas of iOS 10 I didn't have a battery drain problem, but since the public release of iOS 10, my 6 Plus battery, the original 6 Plus, has been terrible, really bad. And I'm talking sort of from 7 AM, come 9 o'clock I'm down to 20% and having to put it on charge. Well, I put it on charge just because it was low anyway, but the thing is, that was with very little use, you know, barely touching it half the time because the watch dishes up the notifications. So yeah, the battery drain just went terrible, and it didn't used to be like that, and I couldn't figure out what was doing it. And then I think I have found out, so I did some sort of digging about and research. And of course, with iOS 10 we get the lock screen widgets now you can slide across to, which have been populated from the old notification center from sort of iOS 9. Did that come in 8 or not? I don't know, I can't remember. Anyway, so they've been populated from that, and of course if you restored from backup, as most people will have done, or just updated to iOS 10 from previous versions, then those will have automatically populated to your lock screen, whether or not you even pay any attention or notice to what's there. Now, I had a fair few, including a couple of weather widgets, and one that was called Widget, that gave you information on the sort of phone's amount of storage in use, amount of memory in use, processor use, that sort of thing. So I had quite a few sort of in there on the lock screen as well, of course, because it just populated it from the notification center. And I gotta admit, I wasn't really using them. But apparently there can also be a bit of a drain demon since they've gone to the lock screen, because I don't know if maybe they still need to update those sort of widgets, not refresh so much, because they used to be, of course, only when the phone was unlocked. But now, because they're on the lock screen, I'm not sure if they're not running all the time. So, top and bottom of it is, if you swipe across on your lock screen and get to all those widgets and you see you've got loads of third-party ones in there, scroll to the bottom, click on Edit, enter your password or Touch ID, and remove every third-party one that's in there, all of them, get rid of them all. You can leave all the Apple ones, because I mean Apple's weather ones there, that's perfectly good anyway, and there's other little Apple useful bits and pieces which won't cause battery drain, so they're alright. All those third-party ones, unless you really desperately must have one, get rid of them. Certainly start off with, get rid of them all, reboot the phone, and then over a few days see what happens. And for me, what happened was battery life improved dramatically. And let's say last night at midnight I still had 55% battery, and I'd used the phone a lot during the day. So that's 7 AM to midnight, 55% battery and loads of use, compared to where I was getting to 7 AM till 9 PM and only 20% battery left. So a big difference. So give it a try, and obviously then if there's some widgets you really liked and want back again, slowly put them back in, one at a time, and see how your battery goes, and if you find one that's killing the battery, then that's the one to avoid. But so that's my little iOS 10 tip I found out this week to give it a try if you ring out low on battery. And even if you're not running low on battery, if you've got, you know, third-party widgets in that the lock screen widget area, maybe worth taking them out, because you may find you get it much better, even though you're not finding it's bad. You just find more better battery. More better battery, is that possibly a term you can use? I don't know, but yeah, so give that a try. Well worth it. So that's my little tip on iOS 10. I am of course on another beta of iOS 10. We've started with new betas again. It looks like Apple are just going to do betas on top of betas forever. I don't know, I've never known Apple do so many updates and betas, because we're also on macOS Sierra betas as well. Had another update this week for that. So yeah, they're continually, I don't know, tweaking and updating stuff. So I can't say I've found a great deal new in there, but probably they're just fixing bugs, to be honest. But we'll see how we get on. What else has been happening for me? Well, other than work, not a great deal. I've been playing Star Wars Battlefront, of course, and yeah, I had a really one of the best rounds I think I've ever had. Highest score, well, highest kill count and top of the leaderboard, and high score. I mean, not the highest score I'd had, but I think the thing was it was the highest kill count I'd ever had, so that was good for me. A good round, which was, I managed to get 29 kills in that round of extraction, which was amazing for me. I mean, it's not amazing for some people getting 40, 50 odd in a round, but that's the first time I've got that high up. In fact, I nearly got to 30. But literally the match ended, we won the match, just as I was shooting a rebel, and he was literally kind of falling backward and the match ended. But yeah, I just had a really good round that time. And as I mentioned before, it can be a bit strange with Battlefront. I don't really understand it, but you know, I have periods where, or nights, I'll go in rounds and do really well like that, and then another night I'll go in and struggle to get 2 kills in the full round. Yeah, I did 29 the other night and then 2 on another round, and it's the same thing. It's who you're playing with and who you're playing against, because it's online multiplayer. It's the skill of the people, and there are sometimes, the one where I went on to, the other team were absolutely just completely dominating everyone. The other team were working, and sometimes, again, I think people do use the multiplayer, so you may get a group of people who are working together, literally working together with the multiplayer, the headsets and whatever else. So yeah, it just seems to happen that way, that some people, you just can't get an edge in. So yeah, they work well really together, and you know, if they do it right, if they work it all together, then what they'll do is, certainly the extraction, the spawn points, after a while you know where people are going to start from, and then run back to the objective, which is on the move. And obviously if you get on top of it, then they can get to where the enemy's going to be coming from and stop you from leaving there, because there's only a couple of points that you're going to start from, and certainly if you're the Imperials, both of these are tunnels. So if they get on top of it, if they're the rebels, they can get to the entrance of these 2 tunnels and just literally stop everyone coming out before anything happens. They just can't move, because as soon as you come in along the tunnel, you're getting blown up, shot and whatever else. So that's kind of it, and then you just kind of get stuck in this rut then of not being able to do anything. So tough stuff. Been playing a bit more or hero versus villains. I'm still really rubbish being heroes, to be honest, but I need to get 30 kills with Dengar. I'm up to about 23 now, so I need to do a few more rounds with him. struggling somewhat really, and I also now need to get 25, I think it is, with Han Solo for another hut contract. So I'm working through. I just, you know, I want to get all those hut contracts finished. My actual credit score's massive now, would you believe? I've got about 130,000 credits because I'm not spending them on anything really, apart from the odd top up for my explosive shot that I use. I've not really been spending it. I've not bought any more new outfits yet. I think I've got to wait because I'm now on 77, rank 77. So 80, I think, opens up some new outfits. But I'm not really sure. I changed because I quite like what I've got. I like the Dark Troop, but it does help a lot on the darker maps because you can just tuck down and hide and take people out, and they don't tend to know so much. And I quite like the wee Quay guy on the Rebels side, so I might not change that. I've got to admit, I do get flummoxed a lot, because especially on the new Death Star map for Blast on that one, the Imperials, there are now like Imperial officers in sort of the Imperial officer type outfits, and then there's the other Imperial, I don't know if he's not like a blaster cannon operator or something, but he has the kind of domey hat on. But obviously they don't look like stormtroopers, because he's so ingrained now that if you're the Rebels, you're looking for stormtroopers. I mean, it took me a long time to get used to the fact that you keep switching. In fact, it still confuses me sometimes, because you know, one round you play your Rebels, then the next time you're playing you're going to be Imperials, and it switches you all the time. And yeah, it took me a while to get used to that, but now it used to be at least pretty simple for my befuddled brain, and it is befuddled, that I can hear a police somewhere. You know, if you were the Rebel, you were looking for stormtroopers. I mean, alright, then went to being sort of white ones and black ones. Now there's white ones, black ones, and ones with red stripes, and they've also got ones with these like shoulder things on. But at least they were stormtroopers. But now some of them are just kind of like in suited bits, which makes them a lot like the Rebels, which makes it much harder, because I'm not sure who I'm supposed to be shooting anymore. And you run about, you see that, I think it's one of my guys and he shoots me. Wasn't one of my guys, it's one of those damn Imperial officer type ones that I can't tell apart from anyone else. Alright, they're in grey suits rather than the kind of mucky green suits that the Rebels are in, but they're still, it's like normal people. It's not an Imperial, but it is. So yeah, I'm finding that a bit tricky, to be honest. And of course the other option is to shoot everything as soon as you see it, and then you get the cacophony of, hey, not me, the other guy. Watch your targets, and whatever else gets fired out when you accidentally shoot one of your teammates. And obviously the fact that you look a bit of a prat if you're going around shooting your own guys all the time. It doesn't make a difference, because they just tend to like do a kind of like and carry on, and normally come up with one of these comments around, hey, not me, the other guy. So yeah, that's been very confusing. What else? I'll remember everything when I get home, but otherwise not really been a great deal new going on. I've been trying to keep up with some videos, but again, not really got loads of time to watch videos, so I'm struggling. So sorry everyone whose subs I try and keep up with, but I'm struggling badly to keep up with them. I'll keep dipping in now and again. Commiserations to Bob Bell, who apparently had a bit of a woesome Monday. His car conked out on him, and had to go and get fixed, amongst other things. It was interesting watching his vlog last week about the DJI drone things, and they brought out this like a sport drone version or something that's just for sports people. There's all sorts of drones about now, isn't there, really? I imagine, you know, if you can do one of these sporty ones that can just follow you, if you're mountain bikers and if you snowboard and whatever else, if you can set one off that's going to track you while you're going down the mountain and whatever else, that's going to be pretty awesome. That sort of thing would be good. Yeah, so that was interesting, seeing about these new drone things that are coming out. There seems to be lots of them about everywhere. I'm progressing slowly but surely with the painting in the roasting room, and hopefully going to get me my gas connected up next for my gas roaster, and then it'll be all live. Yeah, that's going to be good. Oh my god, he's coming quick, that one. I was going to nip across, but I decided against it. Live to drive another day, I think's the point. So here we are, made it back again. So yes, nothing else new to report. Well, not that I can remember now. I'll probably remember it at some point tonight and think, oh, I wish I'd mentioned that. Why didn't I mention this? Oh, Lego Worlds. Youngest has been into Lego Worlds, which is a bit of a pain for me because it's on Steam, but only on Windows on Steam. So consequently, the other week, because I've been trying it in a VM, of course, because I only have Macs now. I don't do Windows no more. In a VM, and of course it was horrible because it's such a big game. It's like Minecraft but with Lego blocks, so that's like. So I ended up having to Bootcamp. Put Windows 10 on my MacBook Pro with Bootcamp, and it works fine with that, and I can use a PlayStation remote via Bluetooth as well. So I have to stick my MacBook Pro on the counter thing, that I made for all the consoles and whatever else to go under the TV that's wall mounted. So I've got those like shelves bits, so I have to stick it there, plug a HDMI in it and run off the TV. And it works quite well, that. Nice and fluid, obviously, because it's in proper Windows, making use of the Mac Pro hardware. So, been playing a bit of that, he's going to get more into it. So that's good. Right, 17 minutes, a slow drive home today. Right, so have a good week next week, and I'll catch you in next week's coffee vlog. Okay, see ya.